Hi, welcome to Get a Clue Casual Gamer, where we get a clue, C-L-U-E, about a game. And today we're going to be looking at a very new game, especially new to me. I actually think it came out this year and I didn't double check, and I probably should have before this video. But this game either came out late last year 2022 or early this year 2023, and I actually am pretty sure it came out early this year 2023, but one way or the other, let's get a clue about this game. For Northwood, it's a solo trick-taking game. Sorry, I'm hitting the table. Okay, so C is for component. What are you going to find when you open this box? Okay, well, first of all, I love the way this box opens. I also love how sturdy this box is. It is extremely sturdy. Then inside, you're going to find a bunch of cards and an instruction book and a campaign book. This is a little bit different. So that's it. Now the cards, there's 3 different types of cards. There are 32 numbered cards in 4 suits. We have the suits are claws, leaves, flowers, and eyes. Claws, leaves, flowers, and let me find an eyes. Oops, not that one. Here we go. Eyes. Okay, so there's 32 of these. They're numbered 1 to 8. That's it, okay? Then there are, let me carefully put those down. There are 8 cards that represent the fiefdoms, and they're numbered 0 to 7. Okay, there's 8 of these. And this is how you're going to know what is going to be the trump for that, or actually not the trump. What is going to be the bid? Are you bidding that you're going to win no tricks, or are you bidding that you're going to bid 7 tricks from the 8 cards in your hand? And then there's a card that has a little arrow, and that's basically to remember which fiefdom you're trying to beat and create and make their royal personage your ally. And those royal personages are amongst these 24 cards. You have kings and queens and jacks, and let me find some more. I know there's prince, lady, and baron. I think that's it. So you have 24 of these, and they come with the different trump of the 4 suits that there are in this game. I'm using that, trick-taking verbiage here. So if you recognize any of this, it's because you've played a trick-taking game. Okay, so you have the 4 suits, which anybody who's ever played a regular deck of cards, you have 4 suits. And then you have your allies, which will help you, you will be choosing your trump. And then you will have the 8 fiefdoms, which will help you, which is basically the way you bid how many you're going to win. And the instruction book and the challenge book, that's it. Those are all the components inside this box. Length of play. Manufacturer says 20 minutes, and I agree because I just, before doing this video, sat down to learn how to play this game. I had ordered it. I had heard reviews. I was interested in the concept of a solo trick-taking game. How do you do a solo trick-taking game? Normally, trick-taking games use 3 or 4 or more people Some of them will do teams, pairs against each other. I mean, if you've ever played spades, I think hearts, rook, canasta, bridge, all of those are trick-taking games. There's a lot of different types of trick-taking game. There's others with unusual names too. I don't know if, what is it? Foot and mouth. What is that? I don't remember. There's games that I've played with family members, and they were trick-taking games. Some were trick-taking games, some were set collection games. Well, this is a trick-taking game for one person. When you find yourself without anyone else and you just want to play a trick-taking game, I agree. So length of play is 20 minutes. I set it out to learn. I followed the instructions on how to set up for the introductory game. To make it's a little bit easier. This is the full setup. It's hard to see, but it really is, the full setup. I set it up, and then I was looking at the instructions going, I'm not sure what am I getting? How do I know how many tricks I'm supposed to win? How do I choose the trump? What are these special abilities that these potential allies have? Because they all have a special ability at the bottom. It's like, so I pulled up a video. I'm sorry. Pulled up a video of someone who was playing through a game for Northwood, and I watched. And once she got through the first hand, I totally understood, and I started playing my own game, and she was in the background, and I just played my game. We ended about the same time, and I know that video was 23 minutes, and that was with teaching slowly. She was very slow in teaching. Came at the beginning. I was sitting there impatiently going, I understand that a 5 beats a 3. It's like, I get that. So it was like, and that video was 23 minutes, so I know this game is definitely a 20-minute game. Quick, short, to the point, and let's just win and see how good of a score we can get. I think the maximum score, if you got all of them correct and you won all 8 of them, you would have the potential of 20 points. Yeah. I got 8, but I don't feel bad because the woman who I was watching play the game, she got a 12, and she says as many times as she's played, that's her best score to date. So that's the thing. It's kind of like, okay, it's easy to pick up. Oh, we'll get to the E later. Let me quiet. Uniqueness. I've already mentioned uniqueness. It's like hearts and spades and rook and canasta and bridge, where you're you're winning tricks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up what a trick-taking game is. What it means, it's like you put down a card and the other person tries to beat it by choosing a card that's higher so that they can win the trick. Okay, so it really is unique-wise. It's very similar to a trick-taking game, but it's solo. Absolutely only one person can play this game. And it's made so that it is really a true trick-taking game for one person. I love that uniqueness. It's very similar. The concept is similar. The mechanism is similar. The gameplay is tweaked so that one person can play it on their own. And then ease, how easy is it to learn, teach, play? How easy is it to find? How easy is it on your pocketbook? Well, learn, teach, play. I totally understood the setup, and I was understanding it, but then I kind of got stuck a little on how do I choose how many, where do I learn many tricks that I'm supposed to do? And then once I watched that video, it was like, oh, okay. It's these 8 cards, and they're laid out, and whatever number's at the bottom, that when you choose that row, and you're going to have to choose all 8 is the game. You have to go to all 8 of them at some point in the game, but you can go in any order depending on what 8 cards you just got in your hand. And so that is the bidding. When you choose that location, that fiefdom, that is your bid. But also, how do you know what is the trump for that bid? It's whatever card is on top of it, because the setup will include, let me pull it out, something, it will look something like that. So you know it's 0 and eyes is the trump. 0 tricks, eyes in the trump. So it's kind of like, okay, now, that's how you bid. That's how you set up what is trump. And you're looking at the 8 cards in your hand, trying to figure out, how many do I think I can win? Which of these fiefdoms do I want to go to? And bid that number and that suit. So it really is not a hard game. By me explaining that, you are already ahead of where I was when I was looking at the book trying to figure it out. It really is an easy game to pick up, especially if you know what a trick-taking game is like. But once you can play that basic game over and over and over again, and it will change every time, because those royal allies are put out randomly. There are 24 of them, and you only use 12 in a game. So you shuffle them, and they go out randomly, so that every game is going to be a different setup. And then, of course, when you get your hand of 8 cards, it's going to be a different setup. So the base game is basic and easy and will change every time. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, they have this little book. And in it has 16 different challenge games. 4 for summer, 4 for fall, 4 for winter, and 4 for spring. And it takes you through the year. And so each page is the new challenge. And so you can pick up and set it up following the setup and the special rules and the challenge. Each one, setup, special rules, the challenge. And you go through it, and you can have 16 different challenges as well as the base game. And you can play it any combination, any way you want. It's a lot in a very small box. So, how easy is it to learn and teach? It really is a very, very easy one to, once you grasp that concept, it goes fast. It just goes fast. How easy is it to find? How easy is it on your pocketbook? Well, how easy to find is, I found it on Amazon, and I found it on GameNerds.com, Nerdz or Z, depending on what country. On Amazon, they had it at retail for $14.99, so it's a $15 game. Game Nerds had it for $10.47 or $11.47. So it's just $11.50. Miniaturemarket.com did not have it listed at all. So, but Game Nerds had a good supply, and Amazon had a little bit more than a handful, less than 10, but not too many people go looking for a solo trick-taking game named Northwoods. And that's it. It's really easy enough to find, and it's easy on your pocketbook. I mean, at full retail at your game store or on Amazon or wherever, Barnes & Noble might even have it, $15. That's cheaper than Monopoly. And not so long, and you don't have to fight with anyone. So until next time, happy gaming, and God bless you and your family. Bye.